Oh hey, do you guys want to win a free pirate toad mask and a sticker? If so, I've got 3 simple steps. First, you must subscribe. We are growing an entire family here in the Reptile Room, so subscribe. Second, you're going to follow my Instagram, TheRealPirateToadYT. It should be popping up here, or somewhere. And last, once you've done those 2 things, comment done on this video. Not any other video, on this video. So if you want to be the first winner of my first ever giveaway, you might as well follow those 3 steps. And heck, yes you, could be the very first winner of a mask and some stickers. I'll probably throw in 3 or 4. So definitely consider following the steps for this giveaway. And now, on with the video. Well y'all, this is a very well requested video. We are officially doing a Reptile Room tour. Now it's been about a year since we've done one, and I said at 3,000 subscribers we'd be doing a Reptile Room tour. So it's time to get started. I think the first animal we're going to start with is going to be our dart frogs. Now this is one of the largest cages in my Reptile Room. There's a whole video on it, you guys can check that out. But I have 5 L. Cope Dendrobates auratus dart frogs. We'll get some close-up shots here in just a second. Now my boss actually surprised me with this enclosure. It was a whole separate video, a really exciting video. But yeah, to say the least, we got 5 Dendrobates auratus dart frogs in here. Hopefully we can get some better shots of them because they're kind of hiding. But yeah, without further ado, 5 dart frogs, let's move on. Next up, we have Bo, my giant African ball python. This guy is huge. He's actually 14 years old, making him one of the oldest animals in the Reptile Room. This guy is a massive ball python, and he weighs about 3.5 pounds. Now Bo currently is being kept in a older 40-gallon enclosure that I have. Now the reason why it looks so trashed right now is because I actually had to move the hide and stuff down to get him out. But eventually he's going to be getting an insane bioactive setup later on. Without further ado, let's move on to the next snake. Next up, we have Fuego, my ornate normal corn snake. I love this dude, and he's actually a rescue animal that I got several years ago, and he's grown a lot. Now, over time, we had to upgrade his enclosure, and now he's got his permanent home. It's a beautiful, bioactive 40-gallon enclosure, and Mr. Fuego over here is doing fantastic and living his best life. If you guys do want more information on these animals and their stories, that's something that I'll have to make a separate video about. Otherwise, this video would be probably 2 hours long. So without further ado, we'll put Fuego back in his enclosure. Just like so, there he goes in his beautiful bioactive setup. And with that being said, let's move on. One more real quick pit stop. We've got 8 eggs right here. Now 2 of these don't look too hot, but we've got 6 eggs that are looking fantastic. Now if you're wondering what kind of eggs they are, they're crested gecko eggs. I figured I'd show y'all, but now moving on to the next actual animal. Next up, we have Houdini, my beautiful pastel ball python. This guy is an OG, one of the first animals I rescued. As you can see, he's a very curious little snake. Hey buddy, what are you doing? Once again, we also built a beautiful bioactive setup for this guy that he can live his best life. He's got plants and everything like that, even though he destroys some of his plants. But Houdini, our pastel ball python. Next up, we have one of my very few desert species animals. We don't really have a lot of desert animals, but Miss Porg, our Kenyan Samboa, is one of few. She is a beautiful, beautiful female Kenyan Samboa. She's a sweetheart. She loves to be held. She likes to just do her thing. And as some people call them, she's like a danger noodle. She just kind of floats around there. Sorry, girly. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful Kenyan Samboa named Porg. She's got a very simple desert setup up top. Got some fake plants, some aspen, some sand, a few other things. That's basically it. And once again, she is actually like my only, or one of my only animals that has a desert setup. Yeah, that's Miss Porg, our beautiful Kenyan Samboa. Next animal. Next up, we have Mr. Hannibal, my Asian greenback frog. Now this guy I've had for a fat minute. He's been with me for a long, long time. He's in a very simple 10-gallon bioactive setup. I might rescape his setup in another video, but that is Hannibal, our Asian greenback frog. What a beautiful animal. let's move on. Next up, we have a literal alien. This is literally E.T., but just obese. Like, it's an obese E.T. It's a little alien. This is actually a banded bullfrog. They also have the name Asian chubby frog. Now, he is kept in a very basic, simple, bioactive 10-gallon setup, and he's living his best life. He loves his setup, and he just eats bugs and sits around. He's basically like, you could literally own a potato and have more use of a potato than a creature like this. But he's still a cool animal to show off nonetheless. A little tiny alien banded bullfrog. Alright, y'all, next up we have I'd say about 27 Pac-Man frogs. As you can see, we've got dozens of tubs right here. We've got more tubs throughout the reptile room of a bunch of these baby Pac-Man frogs. You see that little guy right there? We've got a bunch of these little dudes, all in different sorts of colors and patterns. We got some albinos, as you can see. We've got some green ornates and some fantasies. We've got so many different Pac-Man frogs. Now, the reason why I have so many is these guys are actually for sale. Now, the other thing is, don't get your hopes up. I'm not going to go through every one of these tubs, but if you are interested in purchasing one of these Pac-Man frogs from me, you can DM me my Instagram, check me out, check out my animals, and maybe, just maybe, you could have a very own little baby Pac-Man frog. Next up, we have two crested geckos. So we've got Timmy and Phantom. These two were once paired together, but they had some technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, chill out, y'all. Oh my god. Next up, we've got two crested geckos. So this guy right here on the left is Timmy. This dude on the right is Phantom. So it's a male and a female crested gecko. They were originally paired together, but they had some technical difficulties. That's a whole separate video on its own. But two crested geckos. Here are their enclosures. They're both bioactive. Mr. Timmy goes right in here. We'll put him up. And Miss Phantom goes right in here. And their enclosures, they're 12 by 12 by 18 enclosures. Some people say that's too small. Some people say that's just right. For me, you can get away with one crested gecko and a 12 by 12 by 18. But yeah, that's two crested geckos out of a lot more. So let's just move on. Next up, we have Mississippi, my gray tree frog. Now, this little guy I actually found in a box of moss at the reptile shows. Now, he's doing fantastic. But yeah, this is an adorable gray little tree frog. This is his setup. It's another bioactive enclosure. He's got UVB and an LED light on him, and he's just chilling, living his best life. Let's just see if we can. You gonna jump, buddy? No? Oh! Next up, we have my breeder pair of leopard geckos. This is the male on the right here, and this is the female. These guys have actually had two legitimate babies, and they've got about 6 more eggs on the way. Now, currently, they're being housed in the smaller 20-gallon enclosure. They've got a background, 2 hides, a water bowl, everything like that. Plenty of enrichment. But yeah, 2 beautiful leopard geckos, a normal, and I'm not sure what morph this dude is. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments if it's any specific sort of morph. But yeah, 2 beautiful leopard geckos, and they're actually the only 2 leopard geckos I currently own. But yeah, 2 adorable leopard geckos. Without further ado, we'll move on to the next animal. And next up, we have 3 Sonoran desert toads. Now, Sonoran desert toads on my channel are some of the most popular animals. I have a few videos with several thousand views because how much you guys love the Sonoran desert toads. But nonetheless, I've got 3 beautiful Sonoran desert toads. Now, one is actually half blind. This girl right here, that's Sherman. The one in the middle is Hummer. She's perfectly fine. And then the one on the right is Nubs. Now, Nubs, if you look closely, has a nub. He literally is missing his left arm. Now, that's how he was when I got him. He must have gotten injured in the wild somehow, but he made a full recovery and is just chilling. They're currently being housed in a 20-gallon, but I've actually got a PVC cage being built to basically make a giant Sonoran desert toad setup. It'll be super cool once it's done. But yeah, we got the rocky backdrop, some hides, a large water bowl, and of course, lots of dirt for them to burrow in. But yeah, there's our 3 beautiful Sonoran desert toads, some of the fan favorites, and some of the oldest animals in this room. Next up, we have 3 Caribbean hermit crabs. As you can see, these guys are large and they're very feisty, and they don't care if they fall. They're trying to jump. Dude, don't jump. Don't jump. We've got 3 of these dudes. Here's number 1, and then right over here is number 2. He's just chilling in his little shell, his beautiful emerald shell. And then this guy's about to fall. This is a balancing act. And then the last one's right here. This one's a little bit smaller. He's just chilling in his beautiful shell as well. But yeah, we got 3 adorable little Caribbean hermit crabs right here. That's 2. The other one's on the ground. And without further ado, a lot of you guys don't even know I have these guys, but let's move on. Next up in this paludarium, there's really not much going on. We've got like one male brown anole in this enclosure. Now I'm looking to get more or doing something different with this enclosure because it's a beautiful enclosure, but it's just kind of sitting there taking up space. It doesn't have much in it. It really just has one brown anole, a few little minnows in the water side, and then a little gecko that's back in this corner right there. You can kind of see his tail. Oh, there he goes. So there's not much going on with it. I think this cage has a lot of potential, but the animals in here just don't give it all of what it needs. So let me know what you guys think I should get for this enclosure down in the comments below. It's a 4-gallon paludarium with about a 18-inch height or so. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what I should get for this enclosure, and let's move on. Well, Isaiah, looks like it's about time that we got to get Blaze out. A lot of you guys who don't know Blaze, he is a 6+ foot Brazilian rainbow boa who has a very hot temper and likes to bite sometimes. So without further ado, I've got to show you guys how beautiful he is, and we're going to go ahead and open up his ginormous 4 foot by 2 foot PVC enclosure, all bioactive. This cage is a real gem, but the snake inside doesn't really have a gym personality. So let's just try to get him out and I guess pray for me. Alright y'all, Blaze is just chilling in this corner. Without further ado, we've got our hook. We're gonna see how aggressive or how not aggressive he's gonna be with us first. Hey buddy. Hey big boy, how you doing? Come here. Come on. Now you do know Brazilian rainbow boas can sometimes have a hot temper. Other times they're pretty chill. Right now he's actually not doing too bad, not as bad as I thought. But here's Blaze, my beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa. This animal is one of the most gorgeous creatures we have in this reptile room, as you can see. Now he does have a little bit of a head rub on his head there. That's something we're working through with him. But yeah, look at that beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa. Now this guy under some LED lights, let's get my phone real quick. He really like glows. If you guys look, y'all can kind of see some of his rainbow patterning. Very beautiful animal to say the least. And let's see if we can get him stretch out. Now you guys can see the link on that animal. Real quick, thumbnail. There he goes. Hey big boy. This creature is massive. This is a massive Brazilian rainbow boa. This guy I've only had for, I'd say, a little over a year now, and I actually won him in a spin the wheel video. So I had a bunch of different animals listed. I spun a wheel. He was the chosen animal. We ended up buying him at a reptile show, and now we have this sometimes aggressive, sometimes sweet Brazilian rainbow boa, Blaze. Without further ado, let's go ahead and put this guy back into his enclosure here. Go in there. Go in your hide. There you go. And there he goes. You can really see the rainbow patterning. Yeah, go ahead and get a good shot of that. There he goes. What a beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa. A lot of people have issues finding such beautiful creatures like this, and I got lucky. I got lucky, paid a really good price, and got a very beautiful snake. There he goes. He's trying to get back into his hide, so we'll leave him be from now on. Well, next up, we have a fan favorite animal, an animal that the mask that I was talking about earlier is based off of. And it, of course, a lot of you guys know, drum roll, is Gucci. Gucci the cane toad. Let's go ahead and get her out here. Hey Gucci, come on. Oh, what? What? That's not Gucci. That's not Gucci. Let's try again. Come on, Gucci. Come on. Come on. Come on, big girl. And there we go, ta-da! There is Gucci, the fan favorite toad, the giant cane toad, Bufo marianus, Rhinella marina, whatever you want to call it. This is Gucci. She is a giant cane toad from South America. What a beautiful animal. Hi, big girlie. Hi. She is an absolute fan favorite on the YouTube channel. A lot of my merch is based around her. A lot of the videos I film are based around her. I mean, she's really her own sort of queen. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, huh? So of course Miss Gucci over here is a spoiled toad. Not only does she get a water bowl and a hide, she's got her own beach ball. She's literally got her own beach ball, and also during Christmas, I'm not sure if they still work, she's got her own Christmas lights. Look at that, y'all. She's literally got her own Christmas lights for Christmas. She's got a water bowl. She's got a whole entire food dish. She's got her fake plants and her real plants. Yeah, Gucci's currently being housed in a 40-gallon enclosure, once again with all sorts of stupid, ridiculous items like Christmas lights and a beach ball. And being that it's summer, I think she needs to swim with her beach ball and her little pool there. You wanna go for a swim? It's like 95 degrees out here in Texas, so we'll let Gucci go for a swim. There you go, Gucci. That's Gucci, our fan favorite toad, her 40-gallon enclosure. Now, eventually, I'm looking into building her a giant 75-gallon enclosure, but that's gonna be a whole nother video. Without further ado, let's move on. Next up, we have two fire-belly toads. Now, these guys are really beautiful creatures. Look at his belly pattern right there. He's just kind of chilling. I don't want to disturb these guys for too long because they're easily stressed out. We've got a 10-gallon tank, beautiful bioactive 10-gallon tank with a little waterfall. We'll set him down right in the water. Go free, buddy. There he goes. There goes one. He's kicking up all the water. And then number two right on top. Boop, there they go. So they're just doing their thing in their little stream setup. Those are our two Bombina orientalis or fire-belly toads. Very easy beginner pet frogs. I love these guys so much. And let me know what I should do to make a new setup, because this one's getting kind of old. All these plants are like overgrown and there's all this stuff on the glass. So let me know what I should do differently. And without further ado, next animal. Alright, y'all, next up in this tub right here, we have a whole bunch of cane toads. Now I know it's gonna seem like, why do you have so many cane toads? These guys are actually for sale. So I'm selling a bunch of these cane toads. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of different shapes, sizes, and colors. They're just kind of hopping around. So yeah, I am selling these cane toads. So once again, like I said with the Pac-Man frogs, if you guys are interested, you just message my Instagram and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. But yeah, a tub full of cane toads. I guess we'll add that to the list of animals on the reptile room. And without further ado, on to the next animal. Next up, we have two male Amazon milky frogs. Now these guys, I'm not trying to sound biased or anything like that. Top 10 favorite animals. They're like really high up there. I love these guys so much and they were dream pets. Originally, I had gotten a baby milky frog and it didn't work out like I was hoping for it to, and unfortunately the baby milky frog died, so I ended up getting these two adult males and they're doing so well. They are such fat, adorable little creatures. Look at those little eyes, like Kermit the Frog. Now these two are currently being housed in an 18 by 18 by 24 enclosure with UVB, heat, all that good stuff, with live plants. I mean, as you can see, the plants are just glistening. One is named Chip and the other is named Mint. And then eventually I plan on getting two females and naming them all together Mint Chocolate Chip Cookie. I think that'll be really funny, really cool, especially with their minty colors. So yeah, without further ado, not trying to sound one-sided, I love these guys so much more than a lot of the other animals in my reptile room. But let's move on to some of the last few animals in the reptile room. There he goes. There goes one. He's jumping. There goes two. They're jumping. Look at those little guys. Get a close up. Look at those little frogs. Such beautiful creatures. Such dream animals. I know a lot of you guys like them as well. But let's close these guys up and move on to the next animals, which I think are crested geckos. Next up in this little nano enclosure, I have three baby crested geckos that I actually have for sale. Once again, more animals that I have for sale. And I will say, any animals that are just temporary or that I am selling, they're all going to be in a little bit smaller setups, because I'm not going to go and set it up in a giant, beautiful setup if it's going to be gone the next day. Kind of get what I'm saying? But anyhow, we got three baby crested geckos. There's one. Number two is right there. And then where is number three? Number three is going to be right in that plant. So there's three baby crested geckos. As I said, these guys are for sale. Now let's move on to the next few crested gecko tubs. Alright, y'all, now down in this tub right here, we've got about 10 more baby crested geckos. Now look at all those little babies. There's some on the bottom there. There's some in the plant. That's a lot of them, actually. And then there's some on the wood here. You can kind of see them moving around. Look at all those babies. Oh, it's like a little infestation of baby geckos. Look at that little dude. Look at how tiny, cute, and adorable that gecko is. Once again, these 10 babies are for sale. And the same thing as I've said before, just message me on my Instagram if you guys are interested in purchasing any. But without further ado, 10 baby adorable crested geckos. Let's move down this skyscraper of crested gecko tubs and move on. Alright, y'all, we're going to take this tub down full of babies and move on to our next baby tub here. Actually, this is adults. This is my breeder pair of adults. Now, moving down on this tub, we've got two adults. Now, it's just a matter of finding them. Here they are. Here's number one. Here's the female. She is actually a Harley Quinn pinstripe, and she's gravid. If you look really closely, she'll stop moving so much. You can see her fat gut. That means she's gravid, so she's got eggs getting ready to be laid any day now. And then right over here is Chicken Nugget. This is the male. He is a beautiful gecko. Look at the pattern and color on this dude. And obviously he kind of does look like a chicken nugget from McDonald's. Sometimes I kind of wonder how. No, I'm not going to eat this little guy, as appetizing as he looks. But yeah, that's our first pair, our first breeder pair, just to show you guys. Don't freak out. So we're going to take this tub down now. So we're going to go ahead, pick it up, move it right here. And and move down to the next tub of geckos. Next up, we have Godzilla and Apollo. These guys are my OG crested geckos, and they were actually featured on my last reptile room tour. And these dudes are also my next breeder pair. Apollo, as you can tell, is once again gravid. You can see some of it on her gut. And then Mr. Godzilla, this dark guy right here, is just doing his thing. Now you may notice one difference is Godzilla has lost his tail since the last reptile room tour. So unfortunately, he dropped his tail. I'm not sure exactly how. He's still a beautiful gecko to say the least, but he's just missing his tail. And then Miss Apollo, of course, my oldest crested gecko, and actually the first crested gecko I've ever purchased, is living her best life. Oh my god. But yeah, here's their tub. It is a breeding tub, so it's nothing fancy. Lots of plants, a lay box, their food dish, of course, and then 2 breeder geckos. Now, I love these guys so much, and I don't want them to escape, so we're gonna go ahead, close them up, and that's about it on crested geckos. So you guys have seen all the crested geckos I own. And then next up in this enclosure here, I have 2 baby brown anoles. They're so little and so fragile. I took all their decor and whatnot out, of course, right there. So yeah, they're just living their best life, and eventually I'm gonna upgrade them and put them somewhere else. Now, if you're wondering about some of the enclosures like this one here, or this one, or this one, or that one, or even that one, those are all empty enclosures or extra housing for future animals and whatnot. They're not really in use. Now, some of them do have live isopods and springtails in them, but that's about it. They don't have any live living reptiles, just because I try to keep some open in case I have to move some over at a moment's notice. Kind of hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. It does kind of suck because sometimes it takes up more space than it should. But without further ado, I think we're gonna go and head outside. Now, I know you guys are thinking, man, you got a lot of animals, and I do want you guys to keep track as you're watching this video. Keep count on how many animals you see that I have, including Mr. Bo up there that's trying to escape. We can't let him get out, otherwise we'll be one down. Well, y'all, that's pretty much it for the inside tour of the reptile room. But wait, there's more. We've got a whole portion of outdoor animals. We've got an iguana, we've got turtles and tortoises, all sorts of different animals outside that we still gotta check out. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna catch you guys outside where we conclude the reptile room tour with all the outside animals. Well, y'all, next up we've got Blue, my blue iguana, and his enclosure. Now, of course, we did an entire video on setting up this absolutely massive 6 foot by 7 foot enclosure. I mean, there's live plants, fake plants, food, water, all sorts of different things in this enclosure. And to say the least, this is one of the best setups that I've done. Now, the only issue is Mr. Blue, our blue iguana, likes to hide in the background. Yes, you heard me right. Where that background is all fluffed out, he's literally hiding in there. So that means I've got to do one thing and one thing only, and that's pull this cage out and try to capture that iguana so I can show you what he looks like. So here we go, y'all. We're going to move his cage. Push, push. There we go. And then y'all going to see me come out the door. Go around that way. Well, hello there. Now I guess I'm in the iguana cage. And let's see if we can capture Mr. Blue, our iguana here. Come on, Blue. Where are you at, buddy? Come here, buddy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh crap! Chill out, homie. Chill out, chill out, chill out. Alright, here we go, y'all. We're gonna try to catch him. 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 Once he slows down. Hold on. I got him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That could have been bad, y'all. This is why don't get an iguana, guys. Just don't get a pet iguana. Dude, what was that about? What was that? And now he looks hideous. Normally he's a really light blue like his belly, but now he's this dark ugly blue because he's all freaked out. Y'all, that's Blue, the blue iguana. I mean, he's a blue iguana. He's normally like pretty chill, but in this case scenario, I guess he just was not having it. Hey buddy, what's your issue? Chill out, calm down. But once again, normally he looks this like blue right here, just like the color of the pool, a really colorful blue. But since he's like freaked out, now he's this ugly, like dark brownish blue. But yeah, that's Blue, the blue iguana. I mean, we built this entire beautiful, insane setup for a lizard like this, and he wants to be spoiled. He wants to be spoiled, and he wants to fight back and just be a spoiled lizard. Like, what do we do, y'all? What do we do? Let's just, I guess, move on. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna put him up now, and let's just, I guess, get footage of this because we don't know what's gonna happen. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Okay, there he goes, there he goes. Now we're gonna close this cage. He is in his enclosure. Now we're gonna leave him be so he doesn't freak out anymore. I'm sorry that you guys had to witness that, but now let's actually move on to the turtles and tortoises. Alright, y'all, next up we're moving on to our outdoor turtles and tortoises, and we're gonna start with our turtles first. So as you can see, we've got two of our turtles just living their best life in this pond. We've got Scales. This is the red-eared slider Scales, and then we've got Precious, our painted turtle. As you can see, he's got that orangish color on his bottom. Now if you're wondering why he's got all these marks here, that's from these two fighting. These two like to fight sometimes. Now there's not much more I can do, but I've got a whole new setup that I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit for these guys to help with their fighting. But yeah, that's two of our turtles. Beautiful, beautiful turtles. A beautiful red-eared slider. And I actually got this guy when he was the size of a quarter. And then this guy who was a rescue to me, and he was about this size, a little bit smaller. Once again, he was a rescue. And this guy I found at a pond about the size of a quarter. Now there's one other turtle that we got to find in here. So we'll put these guys back. Go free, little dudes, go free. And then if we search around, there should be another turtle. We just gotta look for him. All right, y'all, I think I found him in the sand. Here we go, out from the sand. There he is. Our super long-necked Texas soft-shell turtle. His name is Jar Jar. Look at that dude. He's so much different than any other turtle when it comes to looks. Like, let me just show you. Mr. Scales here. You can see a regular red-eared slider versus a soft-shell turtle. Their shells are completely different. Their faces are completely different. And one lives in sand, one just floats around in the water. But yeah, that's Jar Jar. So that's our trio of turtles in this like 40-gallon pond enclosure. Now, they're not going to be in here much longer. I know that seems like a little bit small for 3 turtles their size. I've actually got a whole new setup that I've been doing a 3 or 4 part series on that these guys will be going into here shortly. So without further ado, let me show you that setup. You guys saw those 3 turtles. Now we got 2 more turtles in this enclosure. Now this enclosure is also going to be a future enclosure for those 3 turtles, as I was saying. But we've got to find these dudes. Here is one. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, I lost him. Okay, here we go. Let's get this guy. This guy is an interesting turtle, and it's got a very interesting turtle story. Look at that big dude. Hey, buddy. Hey, big buddy. Look at this turtle. Now, if you guys can help me identify this turtle, let me know down in the comments, because I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think it's a yellow belly slider. You guys let me know down in the comments. But this guy, interesting story, we found him on our driveway. Literally, he just was sitting on our driveway. This is not a turtle I bought or rescued. This is an animal that literally came to the ponds and was just chilling there. So if you guys know what kind of turtle this is, let me know down in the comments. It's a pretty big sized turtle, as you can see. We'll let this guy go, so that's another one. Go free, there he goes. Let's go find our other turtle. And then next up, our next turtle that's out here is another red-eared slider. This guy I actually got for like 25 bucks at Petco. I know a lot of you guys don't like when you buy animals from there, but I felt like taking him in and he's trying to bite me. Chill out, homie, chill out. As you can see, he's an aggressive turtle. But that's 5 turtles that we've been through so far. These 2 guys here in the pond, and then of course the 3 guys over there. As those 3 guys get a little bit bigger, they'll be going in here, but that's gonna be over the next few weeks or so. And of course, I've got a multiple part series on building this giant pond. So if you guys haven't already, go check out those videos. And the video where we complete this pond will be out soon, so stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, let me know what I should get for this pond. And I guess without further ado, let's move on to the tortoise area. Actually, real quick, before we go to the tortoise area, I gotta show you my snapping turtle. Got him, there we go. Look at that catch. Look at Gamera, our giant snapping turtle. This guy is a monster, and he is... Whoa. Well, that's Gamera. He's our snapping turtle that is a little overly aggressive. Now, I guess we don't have any other option but to move on to the tortoises. And for those of y'all who are wondering, Gamera is in a 100-gallon stock tank with rocks lined around, a ton of filtration. That's his enclosure. The reason why it's so green is because the sun is literally right behind you guys, beaming down on his enclosure. But now, officially, let's move to the tortoises so you guys can check them out. Well, y'all, here's our massive, and I mean massive, 25-foot tortoise enclosure. So it is enclosed with the chicken wire and everything like that, so these tortoises aren't going to get out. They're not going to go anywhere. But now I got to show you all the inhabitants of this enclosure. Alrighty, y'all, right down here we have all the tortoises I own right now. We've got 4 Russian tortoises, 2 males. These are 2 males. This is Tortoise, and this guy over here is unnamed. Then our 2 females. The one on the right is Diamond. The one on the left is Sadie. These guys are doing fantastic. Then we've got our 2 beautiful redfoot tortoises, which are for sale. 2 beautiful redfoot tortoises. They're not named either. And then right here we've got 3 sulcatas. So we've got one for sale, another little guy that's for sale, and then our 2 original sulcatas that I've had for about 3.5 years, Miss Zena and Mr. Abrams. These guys have had for so long, and as you can see, they've gotten massive. So this is our outdoor tortoise enclosure. We've got a total of 9 tortoises that just roam around. They've got a basking spot here, tons of plants to hide in, a water bowl, a pond that's kind of not working right now. Now bear with me, guys, I'm getting tired of moving all these animals around. It's a lot of work filming a giant reptile room tour, especially when you own like 50 something animals. Now you guys let me know down in the comments, what should I do differently for this enclosure? Should I buy more plants? Should I add more mulch? What do you guys think I should do to change up this enclosure? And without further ado, I guess let's head back inside. We gotta get over, let's see if we got the hops. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go. So yeah, that's our 25-foot enclosure. Absolutely beautiful, massive enclosure that I've got to do more with, just like a lot of the enclosures that I have here at the reptile room. But now let's head on inside. Well, y'all, we are back inside. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know, we of course have all these animals and all these different enclosures, but I did forget to mention that up top we have a whole bunch of isopods and springtails. Now, we have a bunch of different kinds, a bunch of different patterns, but I'm not going to take all of them down and disturb them. But just know that, of course, I have all the animals, but I have a bunch of isopods, springtails, and a few other cleanup crew insects. Actually, crustaceans, because isopods are crustaceans, but you kind of get the idea. Well, y'all, that's basically it for today's video. We've got Bo and then Gucci. Oh my lord, that's so scary. We've got Bo and Gucci right here out. They're just chilling. But that's basically it for today's reptile room tour video. There's not much more to say about it. What do you think, Gucci? What do you think, Bo? I think they enjoyed the video. I think they enjoyed being in the video. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. As a matter of fact, if y'all did enjoy, definitely leave a like, because it lets me know if y'all enjoyed. But yeah, drop a like if you did enjoy today's video, because as I said, it lets me know if it was worth your time watching. And I'm sure this video is going to be like 30 or 40 minutes long. After you guys have liked today's video, make sure to subscribe. We should be at 3,000 subscribers at the time of filming this video. There you go, fatty. So make sure to subscribe. Get us to 4,000. That's our next goal. We went from 2,000 to 3,000, now to 4,000, and then so on and so forth. So definitely subscribe, and every 1,000 subscribers or so, I'll do a reptile room tour. So it's up to you guys to subscribe for me to do more reptile room tours. And the next thing that I'm going to ask of you guys is to follow my Instagram, TheRealPiratoadYT. It's always linked in the description, and you might as well check it out. The other thing is, if you want to have a chance at winning this giveaway, you're going to have to be able to DM me on my Instagram letting me know that you've completed all of the steps. Sorry, buddy. If you don't complete the steps, then you may not be able to win the mask. So, of course, definitely complete all the steps. DM me on my Instagram when you are done. Comment done on this video. Subscribe, follow my Instagram if you want a chance at winning this mask. Well, y'all, that's basically the 2021 reptile room tour of all these animals. Go ahead, get a pan of all the cages, all the animals in this reptile room, and then of course we have all our animals outside. Once again, also one more little thing that you can do that'll always help out is go to the link in the description and cop some merch. You can buy masks. So say if you unfortunately do not win the mask, you can go and buy your own if you want to. You might as well. It'll help support me, and it's worth it. I seriously hope you enjoyed. I don't do reptile room tours that often. This video is a pain in the butt to film, so I hope you guys really enjoyed. Isaiah, real quick, did you have a fun time filming this video? You're not supposed to say that, man. Anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed. This is Bo, this is me, all my animals, 16-year-old with a giant reptile room, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!